I think a lot of the issues that we're seeing around the world, whether it's domestic or it's geopolitical, is that people are unwilling to engage in any level of skepticism. Um, it seems like people are just buying into certain things, and because somebody has an expert badge on their shirt, and we've talked about experts as well, and then they just buy whatever's being presented hook, line, and sinker without doing their due diligence and trying to uncover the truth themselves. So I think that's an issue as well.
Well, I think that's true, but I think it's true with the valence I was talking about, where
Mhm.
they won't apply any sort of skepticism towards the stuff that they already believe and want to believe.
Right,
But then when someone does try to break through the echo chamber or the bubble, then it's like, oh, I'm suddenly the world's greatest philosophical skeptic in the world. And,
right,
this could be a false flag. This could be AI video. This could be Russian propaganda. Like it's just absolutely anything except for, well, maybe there's something here that I haven't considered,
right.
So that kind of approach just
Yeah.
drives me nuts. Like, apply the same skepticism. Like do it the same on both ends.
Yeah.
If it could be a false flag or Russian propaganda or whatever it is on that end, then it can be on your end too. And so then you have to question
Exactly.
both, not just the incoming, but the normal stuff that you accept every day.
Right.
So yeah, so we live in this. It's really not skepticism, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is it's not that people can appear skeptical and they can put on this lens of like, oh yes, proper skepticism and whatever, looking down on the people who just you know get radicalized by the internet or whatever it is. But it's like you're not being skeptical, and in a lot of cases, which I think is the position you're coming from, is the frustration when you're talking to someone and they're just so adamant about their what they have heard, and like you're trying to offer them what you've heard, and they're just like, no, no, there's no possible way. Like,
Right.
well, I mean, you're kind of calling me an idiot. And
Right.
like I may well be an idiot, but I'm willing to consider both sides and to say, you know, as best as I can, how do I weight these things versus just being like, well, anyone who has a different set of information than me is brainwashed, victim of propaganda, not really um, sufficient to the task of, whatever, properly fact checking their sources, or they don't go to the appropriate people who do the fact checking for us, or whatever it is. So, yeah, I mean, I just think real skepticism is evenly applied skepticism.
Yeah.
And if you apply the skepticism evenly, you will find two things. If you apply skepticism easily, evenly, sorry, and you have a low level of skepticism, you say, okay, I'm going to be as skeptical of the incoming stuff from out of my bubble as I am of my normal stuff, which is not very skeptical at all. And then you just find yourself in this sea of conflicting information, and you're like, oh, geez, I really have no idea because people are saying different things, and I don't know who to believe because it's just hearsay. Or which I don't think anyone really can do because then it's so uncomfortable to be in that realm of I don't know what to believe and people are telling me conflicting things. I don't know who to trust. So I think that's generally where that attitude comes from. I'm just going to keep everything else at arm's length because I don't want to do the work of skepticism. Because the other option is to say, I'm going to be as skeptical of my own normal stuff as I am of the new incoming stuff. So I dissect the crap out of the stuff that comes at me for what I don't like, or from the people I don't agree with, or from the view I'm not accustomed to. Okay, now let me be just as skeptical as the stuff that I normally take for granted, that normally I let pass without any level of criticism. And if you do that, it's a lot of work. Like it's really annoying. And then it's really uncomfortable because a lot of the stuff that you've just been complacently accepting turns out to not be really that reliable.
Right.
And so then you're uncomfortable and you have to do a lot of work. So, it's not surprising that this is a difficulty that we're running into, but it is really frustrating because it's just like, yeah, we're just not being consistent and
Yeah.
not showing integrity, in my opinion.
It is. It can get very frustrating. Um, it's like, the genuine approach would be to engage in skepticism to uncover truth, the objective truth, not your truth, not my truth, but the truth that also, funnily happens to be our everybody's truth. But when you're coming at it from a point of maybe a like your truth that you accepted without engaging in skepticism. So you're then on the back end engaging in skepticism solely to lift up whatever truth that you have, a subjective truth. And I think that's the issue, is that everybody has subjective truths that they're trying to defend and use skepticism to oppose any other points of view without actually doing the internal work and discovering, okay, well, is this truth that I'm attempting to uphold real? Is this the hill I'm going to die on? Is this the foundation? And I
Right.
think that you need skepticism to really get in there and to find out the truth of